What is going on, my fellow Leos? How are you? And welcome to your November 2019 Tarot and Astrology reading. If you are new here, my name is Tawny Michelle, and I do astrology, tarot, pick a card readings, and all kinds of other cool spiritual videos. So anyways, Leo, I hope you guys are doing well. I know this can be a rough time for Leos. Scorpio season can be rough for a lot of signs, but especially Leo, because we are in the dark, right? And Leos are the light. And so it's really learning how to shine your light in the dark places. And not just for everybody else, but for yourself. It's really a time of getting to your deep emotional core and really setting up your emotional foundation, transforming, changing, and letting go of things. And that can be hard for Leos. Change in itself, it can be hard for Leos. The opposite sign of Leo is Aquarius, the sign of change, ruled by Uranus, right? Scorpio, the sign of change and transformation, ruled by Pluto. And so change and letting go of things and releasing things can be extra hard for Leos or people with strong Leo energy in their charts. I'm a Leo rising, so Scorpio is my fourth house, and if you're a Leo rising, then Scorpio is probably your fourth house too. And it can be a hard time. It's the literal bottom of our charts. If you're a Leo rising, if you're a Leo sun, you can still be feeling this energy, even if you're a Leo moon. So just because if you're not a Leo rising, basically this video may still relate to you in many ways. So, and that's what bothers me. It's like I kind of put you guys ahead of other signs I was supposed to film before you guys, just because I felt very called to. Because I'm really feeling this energy too. Normally I love this time of year. It can be rough, but normally I grow so much from this time of year. But for whatever reason, this time of year in 2019, this particular year has been very draining around this time. I've been feeling very drained, and it's been hard to find that light in those dark places. It's been really hard. I feel like shadow work has been slapping me in the face every time I blink my eyes, and it's just been a little bit more exhausting, a little bit more draining than usual, and that's what it shows in the astrology as well. But we're going to talk about how to get through this for Leo. We're going to talk about how we can work with this energy in order to feel more motivated, to get through these times, to deal with this energy, because it can be rough right now for people with a lot of Leo energy. Dealing with change for a lot of people is never easy, but we have to in order to grow, in order to be reborn. And that is what Scorpio season is all about for us as Leos. So this is also a really great time for connecting with your family. Now, hear me out, because I feel like some of you guys are probably going to have some issues with your family because of the Mercury Retrograde. Sorry, I had to adjust my boobs, aka my bra. But I feel like some of us could be getting a little bit annoyed with family, and there may be some situations where with the Mercury Retrograde, there's some kind of miscommunication, we're losing things, we're forgetting things, or they are. Also, because the fourth house is the sign of the mother, there could be some stuff going on with your mother or with your own children if you are a female and you are a mother, right? So basically you could be feeling like, you know, or I mean, even you could even be a male and be a more motherly figure. I mean, however you want to look at it, whatever you identify with. I don't want to exclude anyone there, but I mean, really just dealing with mothering, parenting, and really, like my child yesterday for Halloween, literally just kept forgetting things. Like he forgot his backpack when I was like, you know, he was going to stay with his dad last night, and he forgot his backpack. Then he forgot his trick-or-treating bag, and I'm like, oh my God, you know, and I just laughed about it because I knew it was Mercury retrograde, and he's like ruled by Mercury heavily. And so I just had to, like, you know, so be sure that you're not getting like too frustrated with your children. If you do have kids, be sure to not be getting too frustrated with your family. I mean, if you're already feeling this energy and you feel like people are trying to suck your energy from you, because right now I feel like for me personally, and I feel like some of you guys may be able to relate to this, that draining feeling, that tired feeling for Leos right now is because we're the sun and we're in a dark place. And so our sun doesn't shine as bright, number one. So we don't have the same energy as we would normally have in other times, right? And then also other people can suck our energy very easy without us even realizing that they're doing it. And then we also beat ourselves up because we do. We are imaginative and create things, right? The sun, the creator, Leos are creators, 5th house energy. We create every little expression of us. Everything that we do is an expression of who we are, and we really put our energy into those creations. And when we create and we don't feel like it's paying off, or we don't feel like other people are, you know, appreciating what we're creating, because let's just be real, we create for other people. We create for other people to see what we're doing, and that's nothing to be ashamed of. I own that as a Leo rising. I create because I want other people to see these videos. I want these videos to help people. I want these videos to transform people, to plant seeds in people's minds, to help people see things from a different perspective, to be real, to add honesty out there, because I feel like a lot of shit with, you know, the spiritual community sometimes can be very fake and twin flames, rainbows, and butterflies kind of thing, right? And I don't, like, I feel like it's a lot more than that. It's a lot deeper than that. And I like love the darkness. I have a lot of Scorpio in me. So these times can be a little bit different for me personally, as a Leo rising. But basically, we create for other people to see what we are creating. We create to help other people. We want to bring joy to the world. We want to bring light to other people's lives. And to do that, we have to go through the dark. And when other people are not appreciating what we're creating, when we don't feel like we're any use to people, as a Leo, or Leo, someone with a lot of Leo energy, the sun, right? When it's in a dark place, it can't help as many people because its rays aren't as bright, right? Yes, it can be a light in the dark place, but it's not going to be as bright as it would be in daylight, let's say, or whatever. Do you get what I'm saying? So, you know, when we feel like, and that's kind of what I've been going through, honestly, for the past month. I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about it, because as Leos, we can seem very, you know, served and very like, oh, they don't have it hard at all. Like everybody, you know, everybody loves them. Everything is handed to them. Like they're spoiled little brats, whatever. And that's normally not the case, because as a Leo rising, I have Capricorn in my 6th house. So I am a fucking workaholic. When I get to working on something that I'm passionate about, truly passionate about, I will freaking stay up day and night until I get something done. I work, like literally I had to start creating a schedule for myself. I had to make my personal readings only on certain days because I had them on every day of the week. And I was literally working every fucking hour of the day, was work, doing stuff to work. But I also loved it because I was creating, but it just got very draining after a while. So basically what I'm saying is people perceive us as whiny or bitchy, and that's why I didn't want to say this. But basically this past month I've been struggling because for whatever reason, when I post, I've had these expectations of how many views or how many likes or how many comments a video should get, and it's been lacking a little bit more than usual. And so it really started bothering me. I started becoming burnt out because I was trying so hard and none of my energy was getting noticed. I felt like, you know, none of the time, the work and stuff that I was putting in was getting noticed, and I didn't want to bitch about it because it can come off as whatever, right? And I started getting really upset, and I started thinking something was wrong with me, or the universe was teaching me something, but what was it teaching me? Or maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe this isn't my purpose. Like, am I on the wrong track? Whatever, you know, even though I subconsciously know that we're never on the wrong track, like we're always on the right path, like it doesn't, you know, it doesn't matter. Like all of that stuff started going through my head, and then it's been very hard to dig myself out of there. And that's what I've been trying to do over the last few weeks when I really noticed what I was doing. And in my Soulology course, we've been working on shadow work. And so this has been a shadow trait for me that's been coming up very much so recently, is that I'm not good enough, or, you know, I'm not enough, or this isn't my purpose, or what else would I do because I'm so passionate about this? This has to be my purpose. If it's not, like, what's the point, basically? You know, like that's kind of where my mind was at. Not like I was going to do anything, or, you know, not like I was like thinking about doing anything crazy. Just want to put that out there. Like, I'm fine, don't worry. But I was really getting to like this place of like, you know, what's wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? You know? And so, and I do love feedback of all kinds, but I can't depend on the feedback. I had to get to the root of why I started creating in the first place. You know, because when I started creating, I just was doing it as a hobby. I didn't think that anyone actually watched my videos. I was doing it for me, really. Like, yeah, I wanted to help other people, but the main thing was to do it for me. And through doing that, I grew so much, and I started understanding so much about myself. And I feel like Leos, that's how they do it. That's how they learn about themselves, is by creating. Any project that they work on, any life that they give to something is an expression of who they are, and that is how they see their reflection. So anyways, it's kind of like the universe creating humans, and to see different perspectives from each side. I kind of just like thought that just kind of came to me, like that's something big to ponder on right there. Okay, I need to like stop talking about myself and get back to the reading. So this month would be an amazing month to connect to your roots, your ancestors, where you come from, right? If you practice rituals, magic, anything like that, really connecting to your ancestors. And if you want to learn more about rituals or magic, you can join my Soulology course. We're going to be learning more. We've been learning slowly about it, but we're going to be learning a lot about it in December, and a little bit this month as well. And then I also may start doing ritual videos, ritual and magic videos, if you guys would like that. So if you would, definitely leave a comment below. But yeah, so this month, you know, the Mercury retrograde is happening in Scorpio, so it could bring up some living arrangement situations, some family situations, some past childhood trauma, wounds, secrets, whatever, just some things from the past that you may need to look at again, that you may need to take an extra look at. And it's going to be really hard. Like, you're going to want to hibernate, and it's okay to hibernate and work on your emotional foundation, but don't hibernate just to like basically beat yourself up the whole month. You know, like, I'm not good enough, I can't go out there, I can't help anybody, what's the point? Kind of like I was, right? Like, but I still kept going, and I still kept working on myself, and I would take days off when I needed to, or I would lay in bed and really reflect on things when I needed to. But and I'm still kind of going through it. Like, I'm not even all the way out of it, to be straight up with you, but it's a good time for just taking a break, really. Taking a break while Mercury's retrograde anyway, so you're going to be reflecting on a lot of stuff from the past anyway. And also, you know, you're not going to be able to really put anything new out there with Mercury retrograde anyway right now, so it's probably a good thing to kind of take a break. Okay, so finally we have our first few cards that have fallen out after freaking 15 minutes almost of shuffling. So we have the King of Pentacles here. It's the King of Hazards in this deck. This is the Zombie Tarot. And this is an interesting card. So the guy, or the zombie, is chained to his chair and has tape all around him. His shoes are off, his feet are gone. And I really honestly am looking at this card and feel like material, kind of like what I was saying about myself, because I do normally relate a lot to your guys' readings. And when I watch them back, it's always messages that I need to hear. So looking at this card, what I was talking about, material possession, this material world, earth itself, earthy physical things, right, can maybe have us a little bit chained up. We feel like we don't have a foundation underneath of us. Like I said, his feet are missing. They're not in his shoes. And without your feet, you can't have shoes, right? So it's almost like without this emotional foundation, without your emotional foundation of whether it's your home, your family, your internal work, your past, yourself, these issues that are going on with you internally deep down inside, without really working through those issues, you can't move on to the next step, right? And so those issues may be exposed for you this month in order for you to be able to put shoes on them or take the shoes off, right? The shoes may get taken off to expose what's really going on underneath of there. And then once you fix what's going on underneath of there, basically growing new feet, then you can find shoes to wear that are comfortable for those feet, right? So I hope that makes sense. I hope that metaphor makes sense. Now, being really fucking basic bitch about it, yeah, this could be, you know, an earth sign coming into your life, or an earth sign that's already into your life. But honestly, I really feel that this energy is you. This energy, there's something that is keeping you a little bit chained, a little bit trapped, and it has to do with the material world. Now, this doesn't mean like a possession or a house, though it could definitely be those things with this energy in the astrology as well. I feel like this is more of a person, or recognition, or rewards, or success, or feeling not good enough, whatever, you know, those kinds of things is what I'm kind of getting from this energy. And I feel like once you are able to really work through that energy, you know, and another thing is there's a lamp in this picture, right? Where we were talking about the light and Leo being the light and Scorpio being the dark. Don't forget to turn on your light. And I love that quote that is on the internet, and it's from Dumbledore in Harry Potter, and it says, you know, happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. So instead of going to the negative, instead of always going to the deep, dark places, let yourself deal with them as they come, right? Heal them as they come, and then snap out of it and keep it moving. I mean, and normally, like, I don't always agree with just like positive thinking, you know what I mean? Because that basically is you distracting yourself from the negative things that are going on internally that may need to be healed in order for you to move on and clear it from coming back up again and repeating itself constantly. And so, but this month, if it helps you to be a little bit more positive, not ignore the negative, but be a little bit more positive in order for you to heal, then that is what you definitely need to do. And not forget that, you know, just because you may be alone right now, or just because you may be spending more time by yourself right now, or you can't shine your light, that you don't have this big, you know, chandelier that's shining on everybody, that all you have right now is a lamp in yourself in a dark room, then it's okay. Like, embrace that darkness, use it, and integrate it with the light and make them one, Leo. That is what you can do. So also we have the 9 of Wands here coming up. So after the King of Pentacles. So I do kind of feel like, you know, you want to help people. You really do. But at the same time, like, you kind of feel like, once again, like I was saying, like, it's not worth it, I'm not bright enough, whatever. Or you may try to help someone and it almost backfires on you in a way. That's kind of what I'm getting from this 9 of Wands. I really feel like it's about helping people. And as you look, the zombie is biting her hand as she's reaching out. I also see protection in this card. So, you know, I think that you've been really determined to gain something, to get somewhere, to do something, to achieve something. I think you've been really, really determined to do it. And you've been possibly hiding from yourself or protecting, you know, this something in you that needs to be healed, basically, if that makes sense. So the next two cards, we'll talk a little bit more about it in a minute, but the next two cards are Judgment and the 10 of Wands. So I honestly think that there's something, so we have the 9 and the 10 of Wands, the King of Hazards and Judgment here. Leo, kind of what I'm seeing here is that you're drained. People are draining your energy. Like I was saying before, it's really easy for your energy to get drained, for your energy to be soaked up right now with the sun in such a dark place. So what I think is eventually going to happen, and what I think you want almost to happen in a way, I know I almost do, and I was actually thinking about this the other day. You want this Judgment card to happen, right? Because as you can see, it's like pushing the red button and then boom. You just want things to kind of like, because then once you go boom, look, the skeleton falls. Like, and so I honestly feel like, Leo, some of you guys are drained. Other people are draining you. It's like you try to achieve something, you try to work on something, but then it backfires some way. And you're just like, what is going on? And you can't see clearly. And then boom, Judgment comes the beginning of November, sometime in the beginning of November, I would say the first or second week. And the burden is clear. The burden falls. It's like a release moment, a huge release moment. Like you can't hang on anymore. You know what I mean? You can't hang on anymore. Something finally gets cleared out, and we have the hanged man at the bottom, and you finally surrender, right? You're finally like, okay, I'm done. You get unstuck, basically. But you've been really trying to work on something. Like you've been really determined, really defensive over it, I feel like. And that Judgment comes, and it's just like, boom, right? There's also something that your judgment may be off about, but I don't think you can see it clearly right now until it happens, right? Because of this 9 of Wands, I don't think that you're necessarily seeing this all the way clear right now. So we're going to see what else comes up here for us, Leo. Okay, so like we went over, change and transformation for Leos can be hard. The light of the sun, our vitality, our energy, our light is journeying through the darkness and underworld of Scorpio. So that still dark water can tend to really burn out your flame, right? And give us like a more deep, secretive filter to the rays of the sun. And that can be a little bit uncomfortable. And so when a Leo isn't feeling their own light or able to project that light onto others, they can tend to hibernate until the darkness is through, right? And so you may already be feeling this way, tired, exhausted, and it's time to take a break, like I was saying before. And with Scorpio in your 4th house, your personal life, your comfort, or Scorpio is your 4th house, or even if you're a Leo sun, you'll be feeling the 4th house energy just because it's 4 houses from your sun as well. But this can be, this can affect your personal life and where you're comfortable. And if it doesn't feel good, Leo, don't do it, really. And now that's in the sense of like standing up for yourself, in the sense of like, doing what you want to do that maybe you held yourself back from before. Now, obviously, if there's things that come up that you need to heal, if the Mercury retrograde brings things back from your past, it's there for a reason, for you to get closure, heal, or something. Not for you to redo, so just remember that. So yeah, you're being pulled inward big time. And also, you could find this Mercury retrograde, which ends the 21st, by the way, brings up documents, things to do with the home, pleasure, where you feel comfortable reorganizing your home, or maybe you're distracted and you're not getting a lot done, or you forget things to do with your home, your family, your bills, just things to do with the home and your basically where you wind down at your personal life, what you do behind closed doors. And you may not have a lot of energy at the beginning of the month, but it will start changing. It will start turning around not long after the beginning of the month. You could find that some new or old projects start coming up that you are motivated to work on now. Now, it isn't a great time to move, like I said in the November All Signs video, the November predictions for all signs, where I briefly went over how some of the things you would be dealing with this month. So it's not a good time to move anywhere new. But if you are going somewhere that you've already been, that's fine, right? But if you are going to move, I would wait until the Mercury retrograde is over. Venus is going to be in Sagittarius, and Leo, this is amazing for us because it's going to make us super creative. Dating is going to come up, but I would wait to start seeing anyone new until after the retrograde. But you could find that some of your exes come back randomly and you're like, whoa, that's weird. Or people from the past, You also could find that you're working on new or old projects that come back up that you start working on, right? Or take an interest in old hobbies or old interests that you used to have. This is a super, super creative month for us, Leo. Like the inspiration and creativity this month for creative Leos, for us, for the creations, right? We are part of the creator. This month is that fucking month. This month is fire for that, Leo. So do not be too discouraged by other stuff that we've talked about, because Venus in Sagittarius is bringing us a blessing towards the end of the month, and we will talk about it. But this is really going to bring in pleasure, entertainment, creativity. This is also going to help you harmonize things with your children. So if they are driving you crazy with that Mercury retrograde, like we talked about, you're going to be able to work it out. So we have the Knight of Swords coming out here. So this is all about speaking your truth. This can sometimes be about taking action too quickly without thinking it through or having a strategy. So let me see here. The last card we have was the Ten of Wands. So that's where the big bang happens. We release and we want to move forward. But then we have the Four of Swords, right? Did I say the Knight of Swords or the Knight of Wands? I don't remember. But then we have the Four of Swords. So it's like we want to move forward, but then there's this pull back. It's almost like we want to say something, but then there's like, hold on, reflect, rest, think about this first. I really feel like this is like thinking about what you say. You could have an issue with saying something that you may not necessarily mean this month, Leo, or you could have, you could want to shoot forward once this burden drops before you recover all the way, right? Like you need a strategy first. Strategy. That is a huge word for like the second week into the third week of November. Making sure that you have a strategy before shooting off forward, right? And making sure to really reflect on this. Making sure to really recover from everything that we've been going through these last few weeks. And, you know, even before Scorpio season, like all this for me started the end of Virgo season. Well, kind of the beginning of Libra season, which is weird because I am a Libra, so I thought like Libra season would be lit for me, but that was not the case. So anyways, but yeah, then we have on November 12th, we have the Taurus full moon. Now this is going to be a culmination point, I think, coming when it comes to the career for Leos and the direction that we're going in life. Your reputation, what you put out to the world, what you're manifesting. And also there may be some rewards, recognition. Oh, look, as soon as I say that, the Six of Wands, baby. And this is right around the Taurus full moon too. Look, that's crazy. Okay, so we have the first week, and then first week into second week into third week, and Taurus full moon is going to be like the second or third week. So Six of Wands, it says the undead are victorious. It's official because this is the zombie tarot. Woo, baby, raise the roof. Okay, so we are victorious. Something happens. If we can take a step back, if we reflect on things, it will work out. Okay, so we want to shoot forward, but it's time to reflect. It's time to take a rest. It's time to be smart about it, strategic about it. And that is what is going to come with the Six of Wands. So if you can do that. And so this Taurus full moon, I think for a lot of people is going to be finally, whatever you've been trying to manifest into your life, success, rewards, whatever, as soon as you finally take your mind off of it, release and dump that energy, then you move forward in such a strategic way. It's like you just intuitively know, and then you start being rewarded for it. You start seeing the physical manifestations in your physical reality, right? So I think this is also going to bring up questions of what do you want to commit to? And then I also wrote down seeing payoff and recognition. Hey, baby. Okay, so Mars is going to be in Scorpio on the 19th. And so once again, this is a sector that is for home, family, personal life, and emotional foundation. Now, as soon as it moves into Scorpio around the 19th, I'm not going to lie, there's going to be a huge power struggle here because it's going to be across the sky from Uranus and Taurus. Taurus is, you know, a spot for us that is about career, public image, reputation, and that is what this could be. It could be an interesting, unexpected recognition, payoff, whatever. But I also feel like some of you may get hyped up and be like, let me at 'em. Let me at them. You know, an ego may take over. There may be an intense need to break the rules in your career or of society in general. There could be a power struggle or something along those lines. So it's really, really important to try to follow the rules around this time. Think before acting, right? Take a break, take a step back. If things get too heated with words, your mind, whatever, take a step back and breathe. The Four of Swords, breathe, baby, and you will be victorious. Also, with this Mars energy, you know, in Scorpio, you're going to be feeling very driven in the home, very driven with the family, wanting to take action, wanting to get things done in your personal life. You're going to start feeling very motivated, I feel. So that's also an amazing thing. Then we move into Sagittarius season on November 26th. And this for us as Leos is amazing because it's our creativity. It's our higher understanding. It is our optimism. It is our learning about new creative projects, new creative hobbies, feeling that passion, feeling that creative energy, becoming the creators again. This is a brand new beginning as we get into Sagittarius season towards the end of November. This is a brand new beginning, and it's going to feel so relieving, healing, and uplifting. So there are amazing things coming. Yeah, there are some challenges this month, Leo, but I honestly feel like it's going to be okay. The next card we have is the Empress. Beautiful energy. Once again, like I said, the creator, baby, the creator. Hey girl, the creator. So Also, that mothering energy, like I was talking about before, that mothering energy with the child, right? The zombie child. Like, we are getting recognized for our our creation, an abundance of recognition, an abundance of creativity. And it's beautiful. And the blessing that we have coming this month, the huge blessing that we have coming, has to do with Venus and Jupiter conjuncting at the galactic center point in Sagittarius. So this is literally a miracle or a blessing from above, baby, or wherever you believe. The universe, spirit guides, ancestors, like whatever, right? Some kind of aliens, some kind of higher understanding, higher blessing is coming in around the 24th. It may not be on that day, maybe the day after, a few days before. Around that time though, on the 24th, around the 24th, we are going to have some kind of blessing, and it's going to have to do with Sagittarian energy. So wherever Sagittarius is in your chart, if you're a Leo sun, if you're a Leo rising, if it's in your 5th house, it is going to have to do with what we rule, creation, energy, like, you know, recognition for our creation, fun, fans, rewards, like imagination, hobbies, projects, entertainment, pleasure, like all the good things that Leo loves is what this is going to have to do with. So if you want to look at your chart, or if you want to know personally what this may look like for you, you can always book a personal reading with me down below. And you can look at everything that I have in the description box. But yeah, and then right after that, we have the Sagittarius New Moon 2 days later. And this tells me this is literally whatever is coming in is going to start things off and make us, like, give us a brand new beginning and give us so much faith, optimism, and hope, because that's what Sagittarius is all about. And just so much understanding and opportunity. And so I feel like whatever is coming is going to be amazing. Yes, it is. We have the Page of Hazards, which is the Page of Pentacles. So new projects, new beginnings, new skills, learning new things. Like, this is amazing, literally amazing. So recognition for our projects, right? Because the 6 of Wands comes before that Empress. Money coming in, unexpected money coming in, or expected money coming in. Then look at this, you guys. Like, this is freaking insane. We have the star and the sun. Hello. So we have our ruling planet here, the fucking sun. You guys, the sun. And the star. That is insane. Like, I cannot. Okay, so what I see here is we are going to be divinely guided. We are going to obtain some kind of divine knowledge, some divine faith, some kind of divine light within us, divine optimism, divine hope, like all of that. The star is hope, faith, the sun is creation. Something is going to pay off big time. This is literally miracle energy right here. This is literally divine energy right here. Something that we've created, something that we've put our energy into is going to pay off. We are going to get recognized for it, okay? Because the star can also be public recognition, being seen. Both of these cards are about being seen, okay? So this is beautiful. There is something that is destined, that is so beautiful happening towards the end of November for Leos, and really the whole universe, but this is how it's going to affect you guys in particular. And I cannot wait. Let me know if this is resonating down below. Let me know. Come back and let me know what your blessing ends up being, because I have to know. I really would like to know. So definitely when that shit happens, come back and let me know. Also, leave me a comment down below, you guys, and let me know what you guys thought of this reading. Like, this was such a bomb ass reading. I am so proud of this reading, and I really love feedback, like I said. So definitely leave me a comment down below and let me know. Also, really quick, I have written down for the Sag New Moon that I didn't say before, it's about having compassion around this time. It's about having faith in your self-expression and your creativity and healing also, and recognition. So I already wrote that down, and literally that's the cards we got. Healing. This is insane. This is healing. Leaving something that happened in your childhood behind for good. That is amazing, Leo. So anyways, you guys, if you're not already, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Make sure your notifications when you hit the subscribe button are set to all. That way you get notified every time I upload a video. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in my other videos. Bye.